Going to be talking about whether or not the Indiana Fever should keep Lexie Hull next year.
She's a restricted free agent. That's the core of it. The Indiana Fever has the final say. 95% sure she's returning, whether she likes it or not. The team has control. And even if she secretly wished for a change of scenery, she would never publicly declare it. The reality is stark. The Fever needs her, and they hold the cards to ensure she stays put, making any walkout virtually impossible. It's a strategic handcuff, but once she understands, it's for the greater good. The truth about her indispensable is far more complex than a simple contract. The true reason for this ironclad grip emerged when considering the projected starting backcourt, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. Neither is known for their lockdown defensive prowess, with two primary scorers, both of whom can be beaten and spaced defensively. The Fever face a significant challenge. This dynamic creates an absolute, undeniable requirement for a third player who can compensate for these defensive gaps, someone who can single-handedly disrupt opposing offenses and take the pressure off a star guard. This is where Lexie Hull becomes utterly non-negotiable. She isn't just a good defender, she's a defensive playmaker. Her role isn't necessarily to be a one-on-one stopper, as her foot speed might not always put her in the top tier for that. Instead, she's the league's premier wing disruptor. She breaks up offensive rhythm, creates deflections, takes charges, and completely changes the other team's flow, making her an essential cog in any defensive scheme designed around Clark and Mitchell. We've seen her impact firsthand. Remember when Kalia Coper was absolutely cooked? Lexie Hull was often the one slowing her down, throwing off her timing, even against players like Alyssa Gray, who can burn defenders in space. Lexie found ways to disrupt, making her a critical punch for the Fever. Her ability to dismantle opponents' plays from the wing is a rare, invaluable skill, directly addressing the defensive vulnerabilities of the Fever star backcourt. Consider a hypothetical. If the Fever in some strange scenario acquired a true defensive stopper like Jackie Young, someone who could single-handedly shut down an opponent's best player, then Lexie Hull's immediate necessity in the starting lineup might diminish. In that case, Clark could guard the weakest defensive player, and a stopper would handle the main threat. But without that type of player, Lexie's unique disruptive skills become absolutely crucial, making her irreplaceable. However, with Kelsey Mitchell firmly in place, Lexie's ability to just disrupt another team's defense, despite not being an elite man-to-man stopper, is paramount. While DGNA is also a wing disruptor and aggressive, she too can be burned in space. Similar to Lexie, the difference often comes down to fewer headaches and consistent execution, which Lexie provides. Her distinct defensive intelligence and anticipation make her the clear choice to anchor that wing. The conversation gets tricky when money enters the equation. If Lexie Hull demands a max contract, the Fever currently have the cap space to offer it this year. But the type of max deal she seeks fundamentally changes everything. A one-year max is one thing. A long-term max is an entirely different beast with far-reaching consequences for the franchise's future. This distinction is the critical juncture in her contract negotiations.